Well, if you work from home, listen up. President Trump putting an end to federal employees working remotely. One of his first executive actions, directing agencies to order workers back to the office full time. Several big name companies, Amazon, JP Morgan, they've already gone back to requiring employees in the office 5 days a week. Alina Shirazi joining us now from Washington with more on this. How many people are we talking about? How much of the federal workforce does this impact, Alina?
Marni, good morning to you. Yeah, I mean, half of federal workers want to have to go to work in person, 50%. So that is a pretty large number. We know that the work from home culture, right? We all remember this started during the pandemic, and some of those habits really did stick. So we're actually in front of one of those buildings, the Department of Energy. You can see it behind me here. There are a lot of windows. It is a very large building. And you know what? A lot of these windows have desks. And guess what? Less than 1% of them are being used. Less than 1% of this building space is being used. And that's the information we found on the Public Buildings Reform Board. But now on top of all of this, Trump says he wants to sell unused federal buildings, and there are quite a lot of them. Research shows there are nearly 8,000 empty buildings that cost taxpayers about $8 billion a year to maintain. That's on top of another $7.7, almost $8 billion spent in energy bills to keep them running. And a 2023 GAO report said that 17% of the 24 federal agencies are using as little as 9% of them, and only as much as 49% of their buildings' capacity. So we know at the end of the day, right, President Trump, he is trying to fill up these buildings, and he's saying the rest of them that aren't being used, let's get rid of them.
Any pushback from the unions on all this?
Yeah, of course. You know, several unions are pushing back on this. Marni, we did reach out to some of them. Some of these unions we did reach out to that represents federal workers here in Washington, D.C. One of them represents 800,000 workers. Their president did actually give us a statement. I want to read a part of that statement for you here. Quote, President Trump's order is a blatant attempt to corrupt the federal government by eliminating employees' due process rights so they can be fired for political reasons. It will remove hundreds of thousands of federal jobs from the nonpartisan professional civil service and make them answerable to the will of one man. Marni, got to speak with several of my friends and acquaintances who are government employees. Some of them say they're okay with returning back to the office, but some of them say their setup, you know, one of their spouses goes to work in person, they stay home, they work remotely, they take care of the kids. So for some people, this is going to change a lot of things in their lives, Marni.
Yeah, it's been a lifestyle change for many. All right, Alina, thank you. Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.